Good day, Gunners, and welcome to the channel where we intimate you about latest developments at the Arsenal camp. So, Gunners, what if I told you Arsenal could be just one blockbuster signing away from becoming Europe's most feared team, going by the recent report on the proposed addition of Vinicius Jr. as a Ghana? Imagine Vinicius Jr. wearing the famous red and white at the Emirates, Bruno Guimarães pulling the strings in midfield, and Mikel Arteta building what could be the strongest Arsenal squad in over 2 decades. But here's the twist: some of these deals are getting closer, while others are already starting to fall apart. Let's break down every major Arsenal transfer update you need to know. And before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because you don't want to miss any breaking Arsenal news this summer. Vinicius Jr. to Arsenal. Let's start with the biggest story dominating headlines: Vinicius Jr. Yes, the Real Madrid superstar is once again being linked with Arsenal. Reports suggest Arsenal's interest is genuine and the club is prepared to make an extraordinary financial commitment if the opportunity presents itself. Why? Because Vinicius has entered the final year of his contract with Real Madrid, and negotiations over a new deal have reportedly hit another stumbling block. Even more interesting, the Brazilian is not expected to return to Real Madrid training immediately as his representatives continue discussions over his future. That has naturally sparked speculation across Europe. Real Madrid would rather extend his contract than lose him for free next summer. But if negotiations fail, Arsenal could have their biggest transfer opportunity in years. Even more encouraging for Arsenal fans, football researchers at CIES now estimate Vinicius' market value at around £85 million, significantly lower than some previous reports. Still expensive, but perhaps no longer impossible. The only question is, should Arsenal break their wage structure to bring him to North London? Let me know your answer in the comments. Bruno Guimarães deal gaining momentum. Now let's talk about another huge development. According to fresh reports, Arsenal are making progress in negotiations for Newcastle captain Bruno Guimarães. The reported transfer fee, around £75 million. Even more intriguing, some reports claim personal terms have already been agreed. If this move actually happens, Arsenal's midfield could become one of the strongest in Europe. Imagine Declan Rice, Martin Odegaard, and Bruno Guimarães together. That's frightening for every Premier League rival. However, nothing is signed yet, and Newcastle remain determined to keep their captain. This could become one of the biggest transfer sagas of the summer. Bad news on Bradley Barcola. Unfortunately, it's not all good news. Arsenal's pursuit of Bradley Barcola appears to have suffered a major setback. Liverpool have reportedly made the PSG winger their number one attacking target. Even more concerning, several reports suggest Barcola himself prefers a move to Anfield if he leaves Paris. PSG are also demanding well over £100 million, with some reports suggesting as much as £145 million. That price alone could push Arsenal away from the deal. Unless something dramatic changes, Liverpool currently look to be leading the race. As Reconsa race heating up, Arsenal also continue searching for defensive reinforcements following William Saliba's injury. One name high on the shortlist is Aston Villa defender Ezri Konsa. But there's another problem. Liverpool are now reportedly interested too. Competition for the England international is increasing rapidly, meaning Arsenal may need to move quickly if they want to secure his signature. If they miss out, reports suggest alternative options are already being considered. Ethan Nwaneri's big decision. Another interesting story involves Ethan Nwaneri. The young Arsenal talent impressed during his loan spell at Marseille, but his immediate future remains uncertain. Another loan move could help accelerate his development. However, should Arsenal decide to push aggressively for Vinicius Jr., selling Nwaneri could become a painful financial decision to help fund that blockbuster transfer. It's a difficult balancing act for Andrea Berta and Mikel Arteta. Reiss Nelson and Fabio Vieira set to leave. Arsenal are also working on player sales. Reiss Nelson continues to attract interest after loan spells away from the Emirates. Meanwhile, Hamburg are trying to sign Fabio Vieira permanently. The only issue: Arsenal reportedly value Vieira at around £15 million, while Hamburg's current valuation falls well short. Negotiations are expected to continue. Takehiro Tomiyasu's next chapter. Former Arsenal defender Takehiro Tomiyasu has been spotted training with Crystal Palace during preseason. After leaving Ajax at the end of last season, the Japanese international is now looking for a fresh start in the Premier League. Many Arsenal supporters will certainly wish him nothing but success. Premier League title favourites. Despite all the transfer speculation, bookmakers currently have Arsenal as favourites to win the Premier League, ahead of Manchester City, ahead of Liverpool. Expectations have never been higher. But here's the big question. Will Arsenal actually complete the signings needed to finally deliver the title? Or will rivals beat them to the biggest names? This transfer window could completely reshape Arsenal's future. Vinicius Jr, Bruno Guimarães, Bradley Barcola, Ezri Konsa. Every day seems to bring another major twist. One thing is certain. The next few weeks could define Arsenal's season before a single Premier League ball is kicked. Now I want to hear from you. If Arsenal could sign only one player this summer, who would you choose? Vinicius Jr, Bruno Guimarães, Barcola, or someone else entirely? Drop your answer in the comments below. If you enjoyed this update, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you are always the first to hear the latest Arsenal transfer news. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.